بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. المرحلة الثالثة، قسم اللغة الإنجليزية، كلية تمام الكاظم. أستاذ محمد حسين البدري. اليوم عندنا الفصل الثالث chapter number 3. أوكي، أكو طلاب المساء ما ماخذين chapter number 3, so I will explain chapter 3. At the beginning of chapter 3 you have two paragraphs here, like two short poems. Okay, I will leave the first one for you, and the second I will explain it. It is introduction to this chapter, because this chapter deals with phonetics. Okay, when we say it deals with phonetics, it means it deals with both place and manner of articulation of human speech sounds. So the second paragraph, I will read it. Beware of hurt, a dreadful word that looks like beard and sounds like bird, and that it is said like bird, not bead. For goodness sake, don't call it deed. Watch out for meat and great and threat. They rhyme with suit and threat and debt. Okay, here you can see the differences between these words, though they have the same letters, EA, but they have different pronunciation. That's why we always say you have to listen to a word in order to know its correct pronunciation. Okay, don't follow certain rules. If, for example, if you have EA, the pronunciation will be so and so. No, each word has its own pronunciation, and you know that pronunciation is very important. If we make any mistake in pronunciation, we will have a problem, right? We have this in these two paragraphs explanation about this short poem, black poem. So we will start with phonetics. Before that, you students, you are third stage. You are familiar with phonetics. You have studied phonetics and phonology in first and second stages. So I'm not talking about something which is which you have studied. I mean, I'm not talking in details, because you are familiar with these topics. Yes, so we'll start with phonetics, the definition of phonetics and the types of phonetics here. And simply, phonetics is what? Is the study of a human speech sounds. We have here the articulatory phonetics, which is the study of how speech sounds are made, how they are produced or articulated. We have acoustic phonetics, which deals with the physical properties of speech as sound waves in the air, and auditory phonetics or perceptual phonetics, which deals with the perception via the ear of speech sounds. So these are the branches of phonetics. We have voiced and voiceless sounds, and you know about voiced and voiceless sounds. Simple when we say voiceless sounds, or when we say voiced sounds. When we say voiced sounds, it means we have vibration in the vocal cords. But when we say voiceless, it means there is no what? There is no vibration when you are speaking, when you produce certain sounds. Of course, in English, we have voice sounds and we have voiceless. Okay? Here we have two basic positions. When the vocal folds are spread apart, the air from the lungs passes between them, and embedded sounds produced in this way are described as voiceless. So this is the definition of voiceless. And when the vocal folds of vocal cords are drawn together, the air from the lungs repeatedly pushes them apart as it passes through, creating a vibration effect. sounds produced in this way are described as voiced. Okay, so this is simply the difference between voiced and voiceless sounds. Here you have some explanation. You can read them and get some benefit about the difference between vibration when you say and z, continue saying se or continue saying z, and put your fingers here in on your pharynx, okay, neck, under your mouth. Put your fingers and feel the vibration. You cannot see me here. So this is simple, and we in the first stage, second stage, we talk about these details. We talk about them in details. Okay, so you don't have any problem. As if we are repeating ourselves. So when we say place of articulation, how it is pronounced? How? تعرف انت البليس معناته positions by lips, by tongue, teeth, alveolar ridge, velar, soft palate, okay, palate, etc. Okay, so this is the place of articulation. Once the air has passed through the larynx, it comes up and out through the mouth and or the nose. When the air comes from your lungs, it goes where? Either it goes out from mouth or nose. Most consonant sounds are produced by using the tongue and other parts of the mouth to constrict in some way the shape of the oral cavity through which the air is passing. The terms used to describe many sounds are those which denote the place of articulation of the sound, thus the location inside the mouth at which the constriction takes place. What we need is a slice of head. هذا الهيد نعطيك إياه جوه، نعطيك تقسيماته. قال لك هاي الألفيولار ريج، هذا التانك، هذا vocal cords. هي قلنا من ساعة when we explain it, put your fingers on vocal cords وقول مثلا there is no vibration, but when you say you feel there is vibration in the vocal cords. Here this is nasal cavity, okay, here palate, velum, uvula, pharynx, and larynx. Okay, so here we have the place of articulation of each one. Bilabial. We need definitions. An example. What's bilabial? When we say that this sound is bilabial from its name. Bilabial. Labial means lips. By lips. These are sounds formed using both by and upper and lower lips. Labia. Okay? Like for example pat, mat, bat, mat, these are what? Bilabial. They are represented by the symbol P, which is voiceless, BM, which are voiced. We can also describe we. Okay, we can describe we sound at the beginning of way, walk, and what as bilabial. Yes. This is the definition of bilabial. Very easy. Here we have labiodental. What is labiodental? The definition of what? The definition of labiodental and the examples. We need definitions and examples of each one. These are sounds formed with the upper teeth and the lower lip. Upper teeth, okay, your upper teeth and the lower lip. The initial sounds of the words fe, and ve, fe. Upper teeth and the lower lip. So labiodental يا هن إنه هذا شلون تعرفه إن sounds which are produced with upper teeth or by upper teeth and lower lip. Okay, or you can say when there is touch between upper teeth and lower lip, like save and labiodentال. اوكي voiceless وهاي التفاصيل موجودة لك يعطيك اياها. photograph هنا كلك رغم السبيلنج يبدأ بي اتش مو بي مو بت مو بهتو ماكو هيك كلمة، لا فوتو يعني مو بيت لحم بيتو. اوكي dental. How we define dentals? Okay, so you have to define dentals. These sounds are formed with what? With tongue tip behind the upper front teeth. Tongue tip of the tongue ويامن behind the upper front teeth مثل th thin and the final bath bath thin bath. okay then يطلع th أو ذي، هذا رمز الذي، هذا ث مو تنساه اختصاصك، هذا بعد انت طالب أكاديمي وراح يصير إن شاء الله أستاذ. هذا ث وهذا ذي، فعندك مثلا تن وباث، هذا voiceless. عندك الفويست مثل الذي، هذا الذي it usually called it the. شوف شلون تنتجه tip of the tongue with the upper front teeth. مرات يسموهن interdentals for those consonants when they are produced with the tongue tip between the upper and lower teeth. Alveolar. These are sounds formed with front part of the tongue on the alveolar ridge. So we have what? Front part of the tongue on the alveolar ridge, which is the rough, bony ridge behind the teeth, immediately behind and above the upper teeth. هذا منطقة الالveolar ridge. مثلا عندك the initial sounds in top, t, d, s, z, okay, ne. All are alveolars. They are what? The place مالت المكان. The place of articulation what? Are alveolars. These symbols for these sounds are easy to remember. T, D, C, Z, ne. Okay. T, Z and voiceless. D, Z, ne are voiced. Yes. أكو توضيح باقي explanation. You can read it. Palatal. What is palatal? If you feel back behind the alveolar ridge, you should find a hard part in the roof of your mouth. هذا hard palate. This is called the hard palate or just the palate. Sounds produced with the tongue and the palate are called palatals. Tongue, okay, and what? And palate called what? Palatal, or sometimes they are called alveolar palatal. Examples of them, what? The initial sounds in the words shout, child, shout, child, which are both voiceless. sh sound, هذا رمز الش. and the ch هذا رمز ch sound. So the word shoe, brush, begins and ends with a voiceless palatal sound sh, and the word church begins and ends with other voiceless palatal sound ch. كذلك منطق هذا الصوت ج، يسمونه ج هذا الساوند. كذلك صوت ساوند ج مثل تلقى جورج. صوت الي مو ج هذا ي مثل تلقى بكلمة يو يت ي هذا بلاتال. villas even further back ترجع بعد باك يقول لك in the roof of the mouth beyond the hard palate you will find a soft area. اكو soft area شو يسموه soft palate كلش مهم هاي soft palate or the velum. Sounds produced with the back of the tongue against the velum are called velas. back of the tongue مالتك back of the tongue وين يروح على soft palate يطلع لنا هذا الساوند مثل ايش مثل صوت ك ك ك kid cool kid cool but is also the initial sound car cold okay صوت الك صوت الج ink or ink so the volume can be lowered ink هذا راح ناخذ المانر بعدين هذا اللي نعطيك أمثلة sing مو سنك مو سانك مو تنك هو tongue sing sang right glottal هذا عندنا تعريف الglottal there is one sound that's produced without the active use of the tongue and other parts of the mouth it is the sound h which occurs at the beginning of have house and for most speakers are the first sound in who and whose. This sound is usually described as voiceless glottal. شنو تعرفها من عندك الglottis is the space between the vocal cords and the larynx. When the glottis is open, as in the production of other voiceless sounds, and there is no manipulation of the air passing out of the mouth, the sound produced is that presented by h sound. نعطيك توضيح هنا عن الأصوات هذا الشارت يعني البايليبيال هذا البليس of articulation وهذا المانر of articulation. هسه راح ناخذ المانر التعاريف مالتين اوكي هذا البليس مالتين وهذا المانر. Manner of articulation. So far we have concentrated on describing consonant sounds in terms where they are articulated. This is the place. We can also describe the same sounds in terms how they are articulated, the manner, how they are. Such a description is necessary if we want to be able to differentiate between some sounds which in the preceding discussion we have placed in the same category. For example, we can say that t and z are both voiceless alveolar sounds. How do they differ? They differ in their manner of articulation. That's in the way they are produced or pronounced. The t sound is one of a set of sounds called stops, and the z sound is one of a set called fricatives or friction sound. This is friction, this is stop or plosive. This stop or ما يسموها plosive توقفية. شلون هذا الأصوات من هي which sounds are plosive or stop? Of the sounds we have already mentioned, the set p, p, b, t, d, k, g are all produced by some form of stopping of the air stream very briefly, then letting it go abruptly. Okay, هذا definition. This type of consonant sounds resulting from a blocking or stopping effect on the air stream is called stop أو plosive. شوفوا هذا تعريف plosive. A full description of T sound at the beginning of a word like ten is as voiceless. هاي منطق يا شرح علي. هذا التعريف عرفنا هسه شنو stop. صار عندنا stop بالmouth يعني when the air goes أو comes from the lungs يصير وين يصير is compressed انضغط blocked ينحجز for a short period of time ممكن جزء من الثانية. شلون ينحجز بيه من by any part of the mouth by tongue by صوت بلد by lips then it explodes. That's why it is called explosions. سوينا explosion مو انفجار لا انفجار صوتي. fricatives or friction in the manner of articulation هي في th شيء شو يصير عندنا هنا blocking the air stream and having the air pushed through a very narrow opening يكون narrow يصير معناتها friction احتكاك as the air is pushed through a type of friction is produced, and the resulting sounds are called fricatives. يعطيك هنا توضيح. If you put your open hand in front of your mouth when making these sounds, you will feel this. Affricase. If you combine a brief affricase يجمع لنا stable fricative. A brief stopping of the airstream with abstracted release which causes some friction, you will be able to produce the sound ch. ج لأن هو يطلع لنا ت ويا ش الجمع صار شنو؟ ch. هذا ج وج صار ج. ج كأنما نقول ج فصارت يجمع الاثنينات. These are called affricates and occur at the beginning of the words. مثل cheap cheap يعني يصير عندك stop of friction. nasal sounds. nasal من النيز. nasal يعني من النوز جاي. most sounds are produced orally يعني from your mouth with the venom raised. يعني venom هاي soft velvet من raised من تصعد. من يطلع الهواء يطلع من الماوث مالتك from your mouth. لكن من هاي الفيلم أو soft velvet من lower من تنخفض راح يطلع من النوز. فيقول لك هنا most sounds are produced orally with the venom or volume raised, preventing airflow from entering the nasal. اوكي من يصير raised تصعد تغلق مجرى النيزل cavity. وين يروح للماوث. when the volume is lowered من lowered soft pellet lowered تنزل يعني معناته كانما الهواء راح تصعد لفوق and the air stream is allowed to flow through the nose. على مود يعطينا صوت these sounds are described as nasals. okay نعطيك أمثلة morning knitting and name liquids يسمونها زلاقية هي والجلايز. The initial sounds in lead and red are described as liquids. They are both voiced. The le sound is called lateral liquid. شوف and is formed شلون تشغلها شلون تشكلها العفو is formed by letting the airstream flow around the sides of the tank. Lateral مراتهم يسموها. At the tip of the tank makes contact with the middle of the alveolar. لذلك عندك صوت الر هي. glass مثل عندك صوت الو ي. They are both voiced and occur at the beginning of we, wait and you and yes, you, yes. Okay, shown produced with tank in motion or gliding to or from the position of vowel are sometimes called semivowels. ليش يسموها semivowels؟ لأن تشبه الفاول مثل و ي. عندك glottal stops and flaps. There are two common terms used to describe ways of pronouncing consonants which are not included in the chart presented in the glottal stop. Okay, اللي هو صوت sound. وعندك flap مرات يصير عندك flap وهذا يصير عندنا بالأمريكان accent مرات عندنا بعض الأكسنت يصير عندك flap. هذا تعريف موجود. If however you are someone who pronounces the word butter in a way that's close to butter مرات الأمريكان مرات غير الت إلى د يسوي يسمونه you are making flap. This is represented by d or sometimes re. This is sometimes reduced by the tongue tip tapping the alveolar ridge briefly. Many American English speakers have a tendency to flap the t and d consonants between vowels. Okay, مرات so that in casual speech يعني بالعامية the pairs latter and ladder do not have distinct middle consonants. لأن latter ت شو يسوي له يحول الت إلى د راح تطلع مثل هاي المعنى كأنما نقول ladder وهاي ladder. okay مثلا nor do writer and rider مثلا writer rider أنا هسه جاي أحكي American يعني فالwriter هنا من sometimes بالcasual speech يقرأ الت د فيقول rider فهنا كأنما راح يصير صعوبة راح يصير عندنا misunderstanding يقصد هو rider لكن أنا يعني السياق ممكن يحله middle كأنما يكون meet شوف middle Okay, they all have flaps. The students who was told about the importance of Plato in class and wrote in his notes as بلايدو مثلا مرات من يحكوا بلايتو أفلاطون معناته شخص يعني أفلاطون فمن يقرأ هم مرات من يقول له من يحكي التي حول هنا علما إلى د فيقول بلايدو من يحكون هم بلايدو فهو شو يكتبها بلاي أبغى المسرحية بلايدو in this way clear a victim of misinterpreted flap شوف ضحية misinterpreted right فهذا يصير عندنا فلاب بالامريكان اكسنت يحاولون مثلا مرات يقول nobody حول الدي مثلا water okay بعدين يحاولون مثلا is your English getting better in this way they try to flab with the letter T okay يعطيك تفاصيل هنا بعض فهو عرفنا هسه تعريف الفلاب okay now we go to vowels and you know when we talk about vowels it means we have short vowel long vowel and or short vowels long vowels diphthong and also we have triphthong. So what is the definition of vowels? When the consonant sounds are mostly articulated via closure or obstruction in the vocal tract. High consonant sounds. What about vowel sounds are produced with a relatively free flow of air. Free. They are all typically voiced. To describe vowel sounds, we consider the way in which the tongue influences the shape through which the air flow must pass. Okay. When we talk about the place of articulation من نسولف على البليس مالتين we think of the space inside the mouth صح هسه صعب عليه لازم وين يكون place داخل المouth as having a front versus a back and high versus a low area. Thus in pronunciation of heat and hit we talk about high front vowels okay because the sound is made with the front part of the tongue in raised position إلى آخره من ارتكان الفاوز. أكيد إحنا بنريد نعرف البليس والمانر مالتين يصيرن صعبات لين إنسايد فتكون الشغلتين مهمات بالفاول ساوندز إن اللبس والتانك منطق هيك شلون تعرف ذين أصوات فرونت سنترال باك هاي ميد لو ذين إي أوكي فرونت مثلا سنترال ميدل أو 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 باك أو نعطيك عندنا front these sounds you are familiar with them no need to explain them in detail. In addition we have diphthong two sounds it means when we have create consists of combination of two vowel sounds so we say what diphthong then a diphthong نعطيك كذلك front high middle I O والعفو A O then by باو بيت أو هذا صوت الأو يعني مثل شلون شوا boat home oi boy noise okay so we will finish with chapter number 3 the next few days I'm going to talk about chapter number 4 so please read this chapter and if you have any questions or any notes you can comment and if I have time I will try to respond okay thank you so much